Done? Alright. Alright, so first and foremost, I give all praises and honor glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. We say the man say personal elders agree with us and who will teach us our personal issue. And with this allocation, so the argument push me on truth and sincerity. Day in and day out in the constantly in season and season to Shalom.
Shalom.
And once again, we also did the prophet sign. One thing I want to touch upon is that seeing the conversation about the new covenant. You know, men saying that how we in the new covenant, saying that how, you know, this basically this place, this wicked place here become these men rest. You understand? This is the kingdom. So now they're talking about this. We in the new covenant. Some of these guys they take that purse. You understand? They take that payout, they take that money. That's why some of them the network is over in the 100 millions. Some of these guys as you're here in different accounts. You know, a man was saying, you know, where this man getting all these cars from? He working away. Yeah. He working away, but you have all these cars. Where you getting it from? And you know, so some of these guys, as you can see, the accounts, stories coming on that they receive. Basically, what we've been seeing for years, that they have received the payment. You know, they receive they get this consolation, they see that first. So now they come over this belief that we in what? We in the new covenant. Now there's some so many Christians that way you say some of these guys is Hebrew Christianity. It's basically nothing different other than they're telling you is an Israelite. You understand? This is basically Christianity. All the different, only thing they're telling you different is that he's an Israelite. And it's still not telling you to the extent of what it is, how he become an Israelite. Some of them as teaching is a spiritual Israelite. You know, and nobody good. Nobody see. You know, and other things. And as I said before, I'm touch upon that new covenant. Now before I start with the Hebrews, give me the scripture it's in Peter, he talk about the heresies. I think it's 2 Peter.
Damnable heresies.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if it's true.
2 Peter 2 and 1.
2.
Say, but there were false prophets also among the people.
And this is something you have to pay very, very close attention to. False prophets, because people just believe, you just see a man teaching, they went on a purple, you know, they riding horse, you don't know all these other things, and that is what they consider to be a prophet of the Lord. They believe money and the things a man have here upon this world is what they would consider a prophet of the Lord. You understand? Because their belief is that the more a man have here, the Lord choose him. You know? The Lord choose him.
Gain is godliness.
Yeah, that's what they say. Gain is godliness. Right? So go ahead.
It said, but there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you.
So as it's saying, it will have false teachers amongst us. It have no gain away from that. What is written is literally law. You know, like a man will say that law. You know how Jake said that is law. That is what it is. It's straight out, it's written that they don't have false teachers amongst us. Right? And it are men who come and tell you about the new covenant. Men come and tell you that the chip is not the mark of the beast. Right? And many other things. Some of them will tell you to go and take it. They will literally tell you to go and take it. What do you feel? If a man tell you to go and take the job, what do you feel when that chip hit? What do you feel he going to do? You feel he going to tell you anything different? No, you go into the Christianity talk that, hey, you know, the Lord says, the laws of the land. That is what they will come to tell you. Right?
If I can say that, based on what you're saying, right? Remember when the job, the injection time was going around, right? And there was, remember, I think it's Nicki Minaj who was speaking against it at that point in time. And after that film, I think it's ISUPK was saying that she's an embarrassment to the country. So somebody who is known to be a Satanist speaking against it, but yet somebody who's supposed to be in the truth endorsing it. You understand what I'm saying?
But that is basically the scripture telling you that we will have false prophets and false teachers amongst it. Right? That will do it. But
who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that brought them.
And they will bring in damnable heresies. So let's look at the word heresy, man. Right? And that is what they will do. They will bring damnable heresies. Somebody give me the word, look at the word damnable for me.
Have you finished that one?
Yeah. Give me damnable first.
Damnable. Capable of being damned, deserving of damnation.
Deserving of what?
deserving of damnation or
Right.
very bad.
Or very bad. Yeah, right? Go ahead, Adam.
So heresy, it's a belief or opinion contrary to orthodox religious.
So it is a
doctrine.
belief contrary to what it is, So it's basically a non-canon.
Yeah.
A non-canon breakdown. They will come to give you a non-canon belief. You understand? A damnable heresy, something that what they come to tell you is against what it is. What is truly said. So I'm not going to tell you that we in the new covenant, that's a damnable heresy. That is heresy. You know that in movies when a man says something against the king,
Yeah.
and the king does say that heresy, I put him to death.
Treason.
That is what they bring him. That is what they literally state and are teaching a damnable heresy. Against who? The Lord. You got many things that happen. You got many things that happen before we even talk about our new covenant. It have major prophecies ain't even play out yet. And these things have to play out. When the Lord talk about the pestilence, the diseases, the plagues, the famines, right? The earthquakes, all these things have to play out. How could we be in the new covenant when these things have to happen?
If I can even say that, the new covenant itself has certain symptoms that are not being shown right now.
Right. But it just to show you that even before we reach that, it have things to play out. It have things to play out. We in the new covenant, and a man going and bring the mark, and you can't say nothing against it. How that is the new covenant?
The Lord not even here.
How was that the new covenant?
Still in Babylon.
Yeah.
We still
Still in Egypt.
Yeah, what kind of covenant is that?
Still teaching.
Yeah, can.
All the people. I have a precept here. Right, this is Ezekiel 22 verse 26. The priests have violated my law and have profaned my holy things. They have put no difference between the holy and profane.
Can.
Neither have they showed difference between the unclean and the clean, and have hid their eyes from my Sabbaths, and I am profane among them. So we're seeing, a lot of these men, even though they acknowledge they are Israelites, you're seeing the doctrine is not different from the Christian doctrine. The same Christian doctrine a couple of years ago they used to say is of the devil, and the statements they make. You see them embracing it now. And they're starting to sound exactly like Christians. The only difference is they were infringes.
If I can say,
the
I
only
know.
difference that they would tell you as well is that is Israel. You understand? The whole belief is basically, as you brother say, talk about the fringes, and their whole thing is about, and that is why there's mentioned the fringes. It's like what they do is try to convict the follower soul, right? Like we're fringes, and trying to make you feel like you're doing something more for the Lord, and they don't even understand why the fringes was put there. What was the remembrance of the fringes and so forth? Because they be wearing the fringes and they be breaking the law. Their head be shaven up, and many other things that they be doing. That stories coming out about, the many accounts coming out about IUIC and what it is we doing with men and their wives. Right? So how we could be in the new covenant and a man telling it to break the law against the wife? Or telling the wife to break the law against what she husband.
Why your wife breaking the law in the first place? Because
You understand? But in the new covenant, in the city laws be written where?
in our heart, we will not depart from it.
But it also stated that we wouldn't be what? Teaching another man. Right? So why you still do it telling a man that, hey, what were the fringes? Is that not the law?
Yeah.
So if we in the new covenant, he should already know that he's supposed to about the fringes.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show that we're not in the new covenant. That is the thing. The teachings will bear witness against them. Because literally the new covenant states that, hey, you wouldn't teach another man. Right? You're still coming out doing videos to another man about the fringes. How that the new covenant?
Or how to be in general.
Or how to be in general. But there's expound more upon the fringes again. That is, again, what it is do is like, alright, in the Christian church, a pastor will learn theology, right? But theology is a basis of teaching. It's not basically the scriptures. It's how to teach.
How to
right?
teach it from that particular religion's perspective.
But I do have scripture that's roughly paraphrased, and I will paraphrase it wrong, most likely. They talk about men settle traps, like traps now, but they catch, right?
Daimatsu.
Yeah. So it's basically they're teaching how to catch men, right?
Yeah.
No, that's why pastor is so good. Because of what they want to learn in theology. How to teach, they know how to convict the spirit. Now to talk upon a particular topic that would, I'm going through this today and so forth and so on. They ain't telling nothing about the scriptures and basically that is what going on with these dress accounts. What they're doing is trying to convict the followers of spirit. They ain't telling them the right thing, you know. They're just trying to make them feel like, nah, you're guilty. And that's how they will catch them, making them feel that way to make them come down. And I was watching before this morning, I was watching Apostle Tile video, and on a coming board, a man come to say, you all keep the feast of tabernacles. What do you mean we keep the feast? Yes. What's the purpose of the question? You're talking about laws about pick and choose, right? Matthew 23, right? Matthew 23, let's read it, Matthew 23, and you get a whole full breakdown of these guys. And not just them alone, but they've been the main, one of the, because this new covenant topic is one of the biggest topic right now. It has meant literally telling the congregation of the innocent. You mean it? You walking on the road and you see a man looking like a woman. That is the new covenant. You start to go and work, start to suffer, crime high, bills high, this, that, but you need new covenant. So this is to show you how this really and truly is man's kingdom. This is man's kingdom. If this is their kingdom, but they don't want to see the kingdom of the Lord.
You see what they say, let us go up to Jerusalem and we should learn of your ways.
Yeah. This one, First Maccabees 1. With these wicked men. You understand? They run up to the what? To do what? The things that he eating.
The soul to the mischief.
You understand? That is these men. Where if those same men wouldn't come back today, they will be here today, but worse. But worse. Everything does make that circle. Everything does make that circle. So if you scribes, the Pharisees, you feeling them back here today, it's a different name. They can pinpoint to the spirit. You can't even, man, we went into the scripture, the Lord said we go be the Lord over the land. Right? Which man Jake is the Lord right now?
Rule over the oppressors.
Where? How? But you see, it's all about, again, the outer appearance is what is the basis of what makes somebody believe that the righteous is the sight of the Lord. That's it. It basically, it just turned Christianity. Because that is how Christians think. That the pastor driving the best thing in the best to the Lord dealing with him. You understand? That knowing he's just basically a con man, taking all the money and buying what he need to buy.
No, this is why he go tell them to take the MNTV or tell them to take the same, tell them to take the job. So they go go and work and make sure they bring the offerings and whatnot and so on. Because I need funding. So my car needs gas, my house needs AC. You know what I mean? I need things.
What the pastor say in the video at time, he'd say, hey, I need to get some stuff in. I don't want to 5 today, it's only put 20s. You understand?
With the new covenant, one of the most important aspects of the new covenant is calling upon the name of the Lord in one consent. Zephaniah 3:9. Is all Israel calling upon that one name? No. So how could we be in the new covenant?
So they all sung the same song.
Everybody's supposed to sing the same song, calling upon the same name. Now, pastors, Christianity, we know that they have convinced the masses that they are righteous. Now, Christians don't believe nothing pertaining to the Spirit. They may use the word, but their very actions and how they live prove they understand nothing about the Spirit. So, when a pastor gets and he preach a sermon and he jump and he hop and he holler and he hoop, and you see people calling amen and hallelujah,
he in the spirit
it's
today,
not the spirit, you know.
he in the spirit
it's
today.
an emotional response. So they have been trained how to manipulate the emotions. And a lot of people thinking that the responses they're feeling when a pastor preach a supposedly good sermon is because it's the spirit, when in actuality it's the emotion. It's an emotional response. This is why when trials and tribulations come around a Christian, they can't cope. Where was all that hollering and moving when everything going your way, you're praising the Lord?
That's the word they use on Lord, trials and tribulations. If we need new covenant, we wouldn't be going through that. We wouldn't be going through that. You understand? You know, they enter in the kingdom of heaven, you have to go through what? Trials and tribulations as it's written in the book of Acts, right? That is enter into the kingdom. That means we will be going through things. That is not the new covenant.
But when you enter, you say what they shall no more cry. You say death and hell shall be cast into you like a fire.
Right.
We wouldn't be in these shades of darkness. We're
Yeah.
in this flesh.
Gone.
But let's say, as Ezekiel 36.
As in 36 act, where you gonna read from?
But in Matthew also, what it say? It say
that one.
it's say for the lamb that is in the midst of them shall feed them and see and wipe away all tears from their eyes. If men still crying because the wife blushing her next man, women crying, how that making sense?
Our man could come out. Our man could do a video. I just watched somebody video this morning with Nate, right? This conversation was saying that he didn't say that we're not in the new covenant, right? He was saying we were partially in. In his video, the man literally saying, we ain't in the new covenant. He said, one on one. See, you're pick and choose. They want to say that when I watch the video, that was he said, that when you see when I look at the word zombie, because that is what it is. Zombies. Literally, a man telling all the new covenant, but if even some people pull up on the street, but they have to abide by everything they say.
Yeah.
Okay, you know why? The next movement is death.
Yeah.
That is all the new covenant. No, but that is all there. That is all there. Leader, and many other men, I believe it's Hassan and them too, and some other men who follow talking about this is the new covenant. That is all the new covenant. Whatever that is all the new covenant, I want to see the worst.
If I remember, bring something.
Yeah, bring. Before you go to that, Ezekiel,
This is what just we see me I was talking about now, right? You see there's Micah 3, I'll start from verse 9, right? Micah 3 verse 9, it say, hear this, I pray you, ye heads of the house of Jacob, it say, and princes of the house of Israel, that abhor judgment and pervert all equity.
So they push aside judgment, right? And do what?
Pervert all equity.
Yeah, pervert all equity, right? That is what they do. These kind of men that they have. And at the end of the day, people supposed to realize by now the scriptures talk about majority would fall in false prophet. The elect is when you are run. The men who will be following the Lord is when you are small amount of them. So one time when we're talking about how a man look, the amount of people he have, you're supposed to put 2 and 2 together and make him make 4. And get to realize that, hey, do you think only 4 is judgment? You understand? Because that is what they're going to follow down. The blind lead the blind and both shall fall into a ditch.
See what?
Those characteristics these men show is the signs of a man that is not for the Lord. You know? When
You're saying, based on what you're saying, I say what they that lead thee cause thee to err. You understand?
Isaiah, you understand? These other people cause of there, and they that a lot of them are what? Destroyed.
Yeah.
Right? That is the part you're going on. That's the part you're going on. That's the part, at the end of the day, that's the part you're set for. And have no way, or it could be listening to a man telling all you, or listening to many other different people telling all you, this is the new covenant. When all they do even have a say in it. New covenant and all this lot of vote. That makes sense? And if you don't vote, they can't go to work. That all the new covenant? That is all the new covenant? New covenant, all this lot pay taxes.
Or they can seize your property.
Or they can seize your property, take your money, and that is what they go and do. You have a new covenant, and you have a man talking about to get FDA approved to bring something for blind people. He going to inject a chip into your head. No, I did a video yesterday going into that. He literally, it's a Russian minister, bought a car, one of his cars, right? The Cybertruck. And the Russian man, he parked gun in the back of the car, whatever it may be. And remember, Elon Musk is obviously you're gonna do the small acts. He shut down the Russian man car. The Russian minister car, he can't use it. He can't use it, he can't even drive it. Shut it down. And somebody say, you're going to trust this man to put something in all your head who could just literally shut down this particular thing at any time? That is all the new covenant.
Actually, I remember the movie with the fella who called himself the Black Superman, and he was part of robotics.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Right, and when it is that he wasn't doing what he's supposed to do,
Shut him off.
just switch him off.
You understand?
So
that is all the new covenant. This place is all the new covenant. Watch this place. Just look at the people. You get it with the two. You see a righteous man, right? What else I explain, Peter? Talk about a righteous man.
That dwell among them.
That dwell among them.
Yeah.
Just here and there, this vexation and spread. Just here what the thing they talk, right? It vexes spread. But as it say, it literally tell you who will get vexed, a righteous man. And these men are not righteous. They're happy with what is seen. Because why? What more beneficial to them is not the saving of your soul, but the money that they receive from it.
In liberty.
Yeah?
In liberty to
Yeah,
the
the
wicked.
liberty to do so. Right? That is who you're dealing with. No integrity, no shame. These men don't care. That's the reason why they don't even call the Lord's name. Because why? You know, if they mention the Lord's name is judgment. So they'll tell all them, let me go on to JC. Or whoever God that they believe in and know.
Let's say the soul out for that 30 lucre.
Yeah.
That 30 money, you know, and they will them into it. So when you look at me, you see he and celebrity network, you see me 1 million here. We will have fun. We will have fun.
And you are just a common police. A common police cannot reach that certain particular network without doing certain things.
You know,
Right?
remember Jack Warner? Remember in the beginning, he was a teacher. Somebody tell me he was.
Yeah,
and then
before.
becoming a billionaire. You understand? If you,
And watch what he was doing to get
yeah.
that. You understand?
Yeah, Lord going to cause all of them to fall out, you know, he didn't righteous as straight. When you're reading Proverbs 28 and 10, he says, whoso causes the righteous to go astray in an evil way, he shall fall himself into his own pit. But the upright shall have good things in possession. So all these things with Nathan and them doing, and all these false prophets and them doing, don't feel like going and get away. The eyes of the Lord are upon them. The Lord see no all of them that sin against him. Therefore he deliver them unto death and destruction. So they're not gonna escape.
Yeah, what was the next topic that I was talking about the most for this week was I believe it's the topic start from someone asking a question or something along those lines that it start from the debate with Hassan and the Christians. And the Christian could not understand the Lord played the both sides. And that way no mention is the both is actually showing you that is one aspect of it of the Lord showing you the both sides. That he set up men to lead that will bring righteousness, and he have the men that will come to do what? That will lead men to what? To destruction. In the book of Job it says what? The deceiver and the deceiver are who? Are his. He deal with both sides.
If a prophet be deceived, I the Lord have deceived that prophet.
What's out, Terry? That can be for the destruction too, because the Lord set up Esau to do a particular job and go in and kill Esau for that same job the Lord put him up to do. That is why it's a terrible thing to fall in the hands that he living for. That is why it's a fear of resurrection. God put you to do something and take you out for that same thing.
That a precept we read earlier about total equity.
Yeah.
Still in the
That is still in the
Read
thing.
it one more time.
Alright.
Want something to touch on equity. And give an example how they actually do it.
Alright, Maria Topper. They say in Micah 3 or read verse 9, right? They say, hear this, I pray you, ye heads of the house of Jacob, and princes of the house of Israel. It said that abhor judgment and pervert all equity.
Equity is not equality. Just like, for instance, when you understand what equity is, that we look at a man and a woman, they function differently. So a man has a particular role, and his body has been created to adapt to function in that role. He has more muscle mass, a denser bone structure, what have you, as opposed to the woman. So when the Heavenly Father was assigning the roles for the man and the woman, he made that clear distinction. But in this system, rather than teach equity, which would be a woman performing in the role she was created for, and a man performing in the role he was created for, in this society, they want equality. So you have women now outside the role that they was created for, functioning in a role they have no knowledge about, and they wasn't built and furnished to operate in that capacity. So this just an example how they perverted equity.
You know, I say,
That because the word equity does go back to the word, it does go back to meaning correct or well pleasing, or that what basically the right thing, right? The right thing, correct, well pleasing. So that is what the word equity means. So when they say they perverse that, it means that they literally take what's good and they make it bad.
Upside down.
They change and take upside down, and that's literally what they do. You know? They take what's good and just literally perverse it. Every single thing that they watch, you're watching literally, that's what Esau does too. Esau is literal. If we good, Esau is what? Bad.
Yeah.
And men who would teach us, prophets who would follow these guys, who would be underneath Esau, they would do the same. Esau would tell them what to teach, so they would come and do what? They would perverse equity. The right way, the correct way, that is what they would do. That is what we're seeing. Before Rome fall, don't look at it. Right? The man, to distract the people, what they did was bring circuses. You understand? Make a show. Right now we're seeing as a show on different angles. You're seeing it. You're seeing it. On the internet, everything is a joke, kicks. Something serious happening. But you know what men come to do? They'll come and make a whole show about it. Right? We're seeing right now is a fall of a place. But how they're trying to distract all is making things like a circus. Right? And we feel what happened to, they will obviously include that somewhere into the truth. They try to bring that into the truth as well. You understand? No, these men teaching the right thing. Then we have these men who would go wrong this way with us. So no matter where these people turn on, when you have men set up to teach this particular way, right? A majority of the people following them. The other Jakes are coming in, they go believe that is the right way. When they come in, they see this one talking, he's a Hebrew Israelite. He's talking this way. We need new covenant. We need this thing. The rest, it fall in lines now with things of the world. So it basically come like they're just in the world. They're just in the world. And you have to understand how deep it goes. Because they just, in the past month, these guys changed the doctrine heavily. Heavily. Every single thing that they teach now off. Who said, we didn't even know in coming month, weeks, something else will pop up. And that is our job to correct. That is what we have to do. That is what we have to do. Whether you hear or forbid. You know, some people just be like, so many comments like, while you're coming on for me and think, no, it's all about correction. The Lord tell us what His word is used for reproof, for rebuke, for correction. This is what the doctrine here for. We're not going to debate all that, but we will correct it. We don't have time for no debate because we just not any time for that. Fuck you go and debate a man talk about we need new covenant and he's suffering here still. That makes sense? That makes sense. We need new covenant, so then run up to Esau. Run up to Esau. Your power. Run up to Esau.
He's supposed to go into captivity, yeah? So
And they're supposed to be serving right now if we need new covenant.
if I can say based on what he did just say, you see already talking about the gender thing. Just last night I was watching an article with Ghana, the past laws that women have to get like the feminists on them fight. You know now that they get laws where like if I was reading through the article, they say like certain employers that have to increase the workforce by a certain percentage of women. I think it's supposed to go from 30% to 50% if I'm not mistaken. You understand? And I was talking about certain things in it now, but I let me show you how they say they want to put women in positions of power and certain things like that, and like they have to do it, or else they have a fine to pay. If it is you don't do it, and if you comply, you can have certain tax exemptions, and you know like how there's usually the benefit and penalties.
But again, with that happening, all those things happening, how could we be in a new covenant? Because in those places they have Jacob, Nigeria, those places. If they're in a new covenant, they have to go through that.
Yeah, men who talk in these things as men, you know, claiming to be
Who's saying they have it true? You understand? Them literally stating that. The thing about Nate and them is that the pride, you can see the pride in them. That you see the video? We talk about we in the new covenant. The next thing he said was, if anybody telling all we're not in the new covenant, they're wrong, they're off. So you see the pride he's talking with.
Don't listen to them guys, them the bums.
You know what? He in the new covenant. Because he will not make a covenant with the heathen. So he ain't in a new covenant. You understand? He not underneath the Lord. You understand? Even that make a new covenant with the heathen.
Man, we be talking that when you reading in Titus 1 and 10,
Mm-hmm.
he said, for there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision. Yours, especially of them.
What? You would?
It's Hebrews chapter 8, verse
Nah, hold. Finish up. Yours?
Finish fine.
Huh?
Did I give you finish yours?
Finish it. Finish up here.
Alright. They say in Micah 3, read verse 10, right? They say they build up Zion with blood and Jerusalem with iniquity.
That should be self-explanatory, fair. Sometimes when you just hear certain scriptures, we even need to break it down.
Can.
Because it just, you know?
They looking like he's suicide man and them.
Yeah.
And he behind doors here, you know.
It was the Ted Bundy who make me follow drinking drinking poison.
Like real men in Judas spirit.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of these men in that same Judas spirit will betray one another. And the prophecy too. Just say these things will come. They will betray one another.
And just like Judas, when they're doing it in their mind, they're thinking they're doing something good. Them thinking that them doing the right thing.
So me and Nate going on, you know, the dream apostle had and say, you know, in the end, see that, you know, he catch back himself and he come back. You know? So you say, like, you must be saying, I'm going to do all my wickedness, the apostle done the agreement, now I'll get back. So who knows? When he see them, you know.
Who knows?
Who knows?
And live it up.
Who knows?
I'm going to make it.
Who knows? Because at the end of the day, these guys, whether you like it or not, these guys is literally millionaires. Them had the abundance of what is going on. So they, well, again, it's like the power that, you know, I was watching an interview but I mentioned, we was laughing before we start about the PDD and the oil situation, right?
Yeah,
we were speaking about it. But I was watching a video with a guy who actually knew PDD, and he was saying, when the power, the money and the power get he had so much, he didn't care. So they just do stuff because he had the power and the money. And that is like, and just saying it is like, hey, the power and the money he have right now is like he could do. Because what they have is people who will blindly follow them. Blindly, literally, come to the defense. They know nothing in it. Like when you bounce to some of these comments, people come in and comment about anything from iOS, they know nothing about the scriptures in it. All they know about is to come to defend it. And that is the power that he have over these people. Right? Just have them like zombies. You know? You see that hive mentality. Right? That is just basically it. So I was like, any person say that's the power PDD had and so forth. Just he can do anything. And people will still support him, they will still come to him, they still have to come to him. Same thing with Nate. Power the money he have. And people like that. The woman in the congregation, you feel they're there because of the truth? No. They're there because of benefits. That comment would just fall in this way. The men the same thing as well too. You know? And that is where you get.
And by the Boondocks, so the R. Kelly, free R. Kelly,
Free,
and he was doing all kind of shit. They didn't care what he was doing.
Because it's the power and the stature that he have. No, does that make him a person of the Lord? No. The Lord tell you who he deal with. He lowly, he humble. That's why when you read somebody, I was watching an apostle that video, the live stream yesterday, telling brothers that come, they was talking about that, you know, some of these men want to go deep and they just lost themselves. You know? They just lost themselves going to go deep. We've seen that with men in the truth. Was once with us. Try to go deep and they get lost because that's not, as they was breaking on that it's not, yes, we know we're supposed to go into certain things, right? We'll teach so forth and so on. And you talk about the foolishness, how Jake foolish, of course, about it, talk about, and then that's roughly saying, I don't want to say nothing wrong, but you're talking about how foolish Jake is, how foolish we are. That's why we talk, when we talk, we do certain things, you know? And when you watch actions of somebody, Jake, you get to really understand what the Lord call us what? You know, call us fools. Literally calling me sottish. You understand?
If I could also say, when you look at the concept of new covenant, when it is one of the things we're going to get was a new flesh, a heart of flesh. You understand? Them new bodies, because already and truly, Jake can't handle power, you know?
No, they can't.
Anytime
not
Jake,
in this state.
Yeah, not in this flesh. In this flesh, we can't handle power. Anytime you get too much, anytime you look at, sometimes the worst thing to put in power is a Jake. Even an Edomite might still sometimes be a little pleasant towards you. He might hate you inwardly. He might operate hateful towards you. Like, why working? That Edomite are real powerful Edomites, right? You don't wanna step on none of them toes, I'm telling you. But it has some jigs or some power too. But you will still pass and I either might still tell you good day. You know, hey, how you going, man? Jigs, you're watching your face after you tell them good morning, just turn away. I tell you, jigs cannot handle power. You understand?
I remember I was working, we used to work, we used to do work for the Hyatt now, right? And it had men who was above us, right? And then the boss come and find, well, what she find was that we was kind of finishing the work at certain quick doing the work, and she find like, nah, she wanted to do, like, she wanted to be strenuous now, but even though we doing the work good.
Are you the mind? Or?
Nah, I think she was a Moab, I think she father was a Moab, so she don't know Jake. But I think she coming on, she get mixed kind of with through the mother, or through the grandmother or something like that, but she a Moab. To my knowledge, she a Moab. Right? And what she do? Tell her Jake used to work with me, right? And this man, all the time, hey, fuck, she take, if you get on, take. She come out there and she say, alright, but 2 men who was above me, I pay this man above all. He no get the power. That first day, hey, what are you doing, mate? What are you doing? Yeah, you know these men them sit down here. Just first day, man no get that, you know. I said, oh, no. Them days a little arrogant, so I watch the man, I said, oh yeah. What happened to you, right? You do so now, we eating. Now finish, okay, we eating. He come, you see we eating. This is not a time to eat. We have work to do. But we don't finish with the work anyway. He didn't know that. He just come to know, like, he just get the authority. I didn't believe that was the second day on the work. A man said, dog, I go to Rockin' now. Part 5, and then he had, we know how there's a big business place, and then man, I go to Rockin' now. The man needed power. That's to show, as you brother giving an example, where when they get J power, how they just activate.
Most of the kings in Israel was it get to the head and they went off.
We had who it was? Which one of them in the Maccabees say is Jason? What you want, we went for. Just because he wanted to be of a particular stature.
And even with the power, what he was going to do?
Yeah.
Just wickedness.
That is just wickedness. That is where it is came from, men. And as an example, I need. They give him that power. That is why, remember this show project is Project Baby. Also, they're one of the most famous clip circle. Even E-Solos use that as a clip. The elite sit around the table. Some Jakes has made and so forth, and they say, yeah, what we will do, we will pick one out of them, give him a little power. He go hate them go hate he, and it will cause a division, and so forth and so on. They already know what they just do.
And that Willie Lynch.
Yeah.
That Willie Lynch teachings.
Right.
That's one more verse.
One more verse?
Let's say verse 11, right? Micah 3 verse 11, they say the heads thereof judge for reward, and the priests thereof teach for hire, and the prophets...
They become hirelings. The scriptures mention about the hireling.
Yeah, they care not for the sheep.
Yeah, they care for the sheep. Man, and all they want to do is just make merchandise out there. Feed these men and care, so that's why they talk about the new covenant. Yeah, we need new covenant. Come and live all. You understand?
All this can be yours.
All this can be yours. Yeah, all this can be yours. You know? That is the man you're dealing with. But
they say, and the priests thereof teach for hire, and the prophets thereof divine for money.
They divine for what?
For money.
That is the main thing with these guys. Starter packs, jets, the uppermost rooms. That is basically that is how they live in it. Because they know, again, at the end of the day, Jake, as you mentioned before, the foolishness of Jake. That is what Jake, righteousness is money. You believe the gift of God can be bought. That is the people are dealing with. So when these guys say, well, we need new covenant, or they hear a man teach about the new covenant, they believe it. Because they want the order to be happen here, right now. In next month, something can happen and shut down the place. But then come on with all the power since all the new covenant and stop that. But they should be able to run a peace. The animal should be at peace at all, in matter of fact. Then go by a lion right now.
Yeah. Stick your alligator mouth or something.
Yeah, go and do it. Go and do it.
Play with the snake in the pastor.
Yeah.
Play with the snake.
That's last. I was in a video on Elon Musk last night, and I bring on the script and say, who shall pity a charmer?
Oh God.
You don't. A man playing with a snake, right? Something that you know that could bite you, kill you.
It's poisonous. And that's like a normal snake.
I tell you one time, If you have a bad dog, this is how Jake goes, man, Jake tell you that dog bad. And you go there and get bite, we just laugh. Because you're not going to pity that food.
Say good for you.
Yeah, good for you, yeah. And I remember something I do and I was told not to do it, and it's like, do it again. I cry and thing, but my aunt tell me, do it again. Yeah, sometimes I just tell her, do it again for the case stupid. That's what going on all that's following these guys. Seeing spirits just come back again to receive a judgment in a different way. The spirits before, in the days of Noah, feel the water. Seeing spirit will come back today to feel that fire. Yeah. And that heavy judgment, when you think about it, there's heavy judgment. I was listening to a video, there was a guy trying to understand, he trying to understand the stuff of the Lord, what the Lord do, and don't realize that one thing he said correct was he was telling the next man that this is a movie. Just two Edomites talking and he was telling man there, this is a movie, this is the Lord movie. We just in it, we just actors in the show. You understand? And he wasn't wrong for that. There's some stuff he might have been wrong, but he correct about that. You know? Next man was trying to grasp, you know, and wait and movie so forth. Like he said, yeah. This is the Lord movie.
You know, I want to believe that you had to not believe in free will.
No, but
Write that script and
yeah, he say all of that too. He say all of that too. He say we just in the script. You know? He ain't wrong. He ain't wrong for that.
They say, and the prophets thereof divine for money, yet will they lean upon the Lord and say, is not the Lord among us? No evil can come upon us.
That's all it is big. No evil come upon us, and they're selling our show. They're selling our show. People, you telling the congregation to go and take a job. We know that when the chip comes, that's why they just never answer the question when men ask them, when this become mandatory, are you guys going to take it on? There's never answer it. Yeah.
So when he was coming up talking about Nikki, and he's saying that in a way, something to save your life, where you are again. When the scripture says that, the Lord belonging to you from there. Not that thing you're going to take.
I'm asking you, that you, somebody, younger brothers may not know, but you remember when you was in the early Nate used to call we used to say all these faith-based Israelites. He used to tell we faith. Yes, we are. They need faith. In order to believe in what it is breaking down, you have to have faith.
Yeah, but the scripture says it is impossible to please him.
No, they don't faith, but that is the man we dealing with.
I would say it's impossible to please him.
No, because why? Because I go back to the brother I said before, but he wanted to call us bums. So when we call we bums, you say all of his faith based. Yes, we have to be fat. We have to have faith. In order to believe somebody break, in order to believe the break, no matter fact, you have to have. The first and foremost, you have the spirit of the Lord.
Yeah.
And all they do after, right? Or the spirit of JC. That is why all so.
Them is finance based.
Finance based, yeah. Them is in the next step. That's a good one. I like that. That video in matter of fact. Matter of fact.
That is a good one.
Write it down one time.
Yeah, I said, I will take that one.
No, you go share it.
We go share it. Yeah, so that is a beautiful one. That is a video I should do now. Reach out finance-based Israelites.
That's a good one.
Israelites. I like that. That's my next video.
Yeah,
Right? But nonetheless, that's amazing. You're like extravagant news. Yeah, but that's basically what it is. These men are selling faith-based Israelites. Think, yes. What's the problem with that?
That the type of man is supposed to
Right.
be.
But if someone call me bums and then use faith like it's a bum, like having faith is a bum characteristic. It's a bum belief. Like have faith.
That's why they can't come in the name of Yahushua.
Nah, they can't. They can't.
Because
alone too, that's why them don't have works to show for the faith, you know, or faith to show for the works.
you know the man, the young man who walked away sorrowful.
God.
You understand? Even he give up everything that thou has. And they didn't want to hear
Yeah,
that.
like,
They didn't
nah.
want to hear that.
That come like
You know how much talk I talk for this?
Yeah.
You know my network?
Yeah.
You know much,
Yeah.
you know much sit downs I do to get this network?
That's a precept for the way.
something else I was trying to what the faith I was trying to mention here. You call me faith based. Something else he did say but it's going along the lines with the faith based, right? And realize what if brothers fall? What if brothers go have? That stop anything?
What about the woman who had the 1 penny?
What about who did spend all the money? Is Mary Madeline the doer on the thing to wash the clothes? Yeah, go ahead now, go ahead.
Dealing with faith. Everyone, whether righteous or unrighteous, demonstrate faith throughout their life. Now that might sound contradictory based on what I say. There is a righteous faith and there is an unrighteous faith.
I just say the same thing here.
Because a wicked man will own that van. And he has the faith that when he go and he stick in the key, that van won't stop.
Yeah. Well, you work for a man and after
Yeah.
a fortnight he'll pay you.
Right, you have faith.
Yeah.
You sit down on a chair, you buy a chair in Ports. Chair look nice. I don't see nobody doing so. Resting something to test if we can take the weight. What do others do?
Drop back.
Drop and sit down.
Yeah.
Because they have faith that the manufacturers of this product,
Quality product.
quality product.
Spring
right?
when stick your
But to make that transition from what I would call that base level of faith to the faith pertaining to the spiritual, you can't make that transition.
No, they will have faith in a taxi driver that
Yeah.
they don't know.
But-
Now you go reach safe.
And that go back to the scripture that I also mentioned, just roughly paraphrasing. I think Isaiah talk about the things that they are hoping. That is what go on. That's basically break the hope now, right? That's roughly paraphrasing. I know I'm saying it wrong, right? But what they are faith in is what will turn against them. It's what will be used against them, matter of fact. But what they are faith in is things that it's not going to help you, or it's not going to last.
The mind-earthly things.
Yeah, earthly things. You understand? The treasures, I go back to the scripture in the book of Matthew, talk about the treasures laid away. Yeah.
Yeah, must go
That's why they go run.
Right.
Egypt for help.
Yeah, go on Egypt.
That's why they go run to Egypt for help, because of the faith in that particular
In
system
Pharaoh.
to deliver them.
That come like on the job, remember?
Yeah.
Jake was saying, how America ain't come and help we yet, you know? How they make a thing yet, you know? That is the trade, that is the basic. What you brought that thing again?
I heard someone pertaining to dealing with the job here. Think about this. There are millions of people starving around the world, and food can't reach. How it is, that reach. Yet there are conferences where the world leaders and the elite say we overpopulated, but they're making something to save you from the supposedly deadliest disease.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Specs
Come
himself
on.
said in an interview, he say right now we have too many people. You understand?
You have a man stand up in front of the world talking about reducing the population to 15% through family planning and contraceptives.
And medical care.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said
And
if we do
it's-
good in medical
yeah.
care, we could reduce the population. Yeah.
So, how it is, people able to make these statements and get away, go back to the scripture when the rich man speaking.
Yeah.
Everybody hold what he's saying high regard.
Right.
He's saying heresies and damnable things and nobody hold him accountable for it because why? He's rich. They believe that a man who is rich is favored by the Lord.
You can do whatever.
Blessed, gain is godliness.
He's on the thing that the
Yeah.
But they them to turn from the power after the Lord deliver them from the hands of Pharaoh. And they wanted to go back in Egypt. They worship idols. After the sea power, you all back from your shine.
And even true that was because of what certain what's what I'm looking for, certain little entertainment and privileges. Because back then, what I was saying, back
Certain
then there was
conveniences there.
that is what I'm looking for, certain
While
conveniences.
in the
Can.
while under the oppression, they had certain conveniences.
Right. You say you out to Egypt where we had what? Fish
Correct,
and,
they had
bread. You had certain conveniences,
They had
just
food.
like here, that entertainment, they have parties, they could revel.
Yeah, they could laugh.
Just
they
because
could
of that
laugh,
alone.
laugh.
You know the thing about it? The little entertainment that they have is going to be cut off soon.
Can.
So where you going to turn to? You already hear they talking about the shutdown on the internet. You hear they talking about the farming and the, not farming and the goods, farming and the food. You understand? They're talking about jobs. Right now we're going through 2 weeks of intense weather,
heat
all
wave.
around the world.
Yeah,
It
we
doesn't
have a
matter
heat
where.
wave here for
I believe
about 2
2 weeks here.
Yeah, heat
I
wave.
believe
And we also already on.
we're already on. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, but I saw someone this morning say America's supposed to be going into fall tomorrow, and it have no signs that they're changing any season.
Yeah, October.
The ending up September the 29th. We're gonna have 2 moons. How we gonna have 2 moons? We have an asteroid gonna be in the orbit, they say. They're gonna cause 2 moons. Now we know about the project groupings and so forth. We know the deceptions that they're gonna cause, right? But we also had to know that the Lord talk about the signs in heaven.
Yeah.
You know, these are things that we see. Right? And we're in that time. So how could we be in the new covenant and signs to play now? But nonetheless, let me go into it. Bring yours first.
Okay, Richard. Is that for 1 and 12 it say, and it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their lees, that say in their heart, Yahweh will not do good, neither will he do evil. Therefore their good shall become a booty, and their houses a desolation. They shall also build houses, but not inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards, but not drink the wine thereof. You know, all the perverse of equity will come to what? Come to naught. All your millions in net would go up. You can't buy your salvation. You understand? Because why all you know the leads, all you know the consolation, all the consolation period. Thanks for participating in the movie. Enjoy all the consolation. You will never win first prize. You will never be runner up. But you know, have a time now. Because in that day, in that terrible day, nothing all you have. All you would spend all the millions for faith. They would spend the entire network trying to buy faith in that day. In that moment.
They're well temporary, you know. They're going to be taken away from them just now.
God,
But
as he
that's
saw say,
the
if you don't
compliance.
have this, you have no money. You're going back down to zero one time.
No, that is for now for them to be useful, you know. 'Cause, you know, you have to give a man a reason to have purpose. When that time comes, Jay-Z wouldn't be just like any common man, you know. You understand? Because he might be a little bit, probably, who knows, a little more favored, who knows, who probably not. Look what they do, Bill Cosby. He was an important person.
Even
You
with
understand?
Diddy, if we go deep into the case, Diddy was they said Diddy information come out, right? Like men who know him personally, he was already in the late 2000s was already with the FBI. He was selected. Certain things that happened that he was already FBI. No, it's just time to be used.
Yeah.
Why? They have always have agenda to keep all their mind focused on something greater coming. You understand? And that's what they do. Yeah, they could have hold him way before. You feel that they didn't know? You really feel he saw they didn't know? But again, this is just part of the plan.
Must be one man buying 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
What's no?
Yeah.
And-
Who gonna
and-
buy it?
and,
You own a nursery?
You remember this? It had a big
You do it
rant.
all of baby oil.
It had a big rant with Kanye West, right? Kanye West had called P Diddy a FBI informant, and people laugh at that, only to find out that he was already on a new registry of being that.
Yeah.
So the FBI did already know years before.
Remember, they make Kanye West look mad enough.
Yeah.
They tell him that he and Dave Chappelle. So by the time they reach him, they'll be madmen.
And the send and
They'll
the send
be
him to
addicts
rehab.
and madmen.
Now we look at him mad, no less, because he job and he taken, but certain things he does put out, you can dissect it. And that is the thing about knowing the truth. Is that it's the same way he sort of put out stuff and we had to dissect it to
Correct.
find out the truth from it. The same way certain guys will be saying certain things that we had to dissect. We didn't believe every
Yeah,
word.
the spirit of the
But
same
yeah, the
man
spirit of
government.
someone coming and know the truth. Nonetheless.
Yeah, because I think.
I think Hebrews chapter 8, from verse 10 to 13. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the
You want to
Lord.
go a lower
Go
down
on,
and
go
go
on.
up a little bit.
What?
Talk about 6 or something. 6, 5 or 6.
Yeah, I think so.
5 or 6.
Yeah, someone.
Hebrews 8 from verse 7. For if that first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second.
Can.
For finding fault with them, he said, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, when I will make a new covenant.
So the Lord saying he will make a new covenant. Right? So this is what the guys read. And they say we new covenant. The Lord saying, those days shall I make a new covenant. Those days ain't come yet. Right? It ain't come yet. Go ahead.
I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai.
So the first, obviously, you know what went on. That's self-explanatory. By now you're supposed to know what went on with our first covenant. What Jake did, what they do, and what they continue to do even unto this day. Right?
And the funny thing is that they're professing to be under one while they already stick under the other. You understand?
That's where it is.
Because they call them faith base, but they law base, and law base is what? The first
First.
covenant. So they're claiming that they're in the new covenant, but yet their head stuck in the old. So
You just think about it, and even to even believe in the new covenant, you have to have faith. And that's the crazy thing about it. In order to believe in the new covenant, you have to have faith because it's something to come. That is what that what the Romans mentioned. For we hope, the hope that they have for things to come.
Prisoners
You ain't going
of
to see
hope.
it.
Can't.
Prisoners of hope. You're not going to see it until that day. So in order to do it, you have to have faith. You have to have hope.
Can.
So them telling you faith based and so forth. Yeah, man. Because we know in order to believe in the new covenant, you have to have faith.
Are the requirements?
You understand? And that is why we let us break so much out of followers' faith and so forth, because we're telling them they're in the new covenant and they can't do shit.
If you look at that, when you look at the old covenant we were under, the Heavenly Father took us out of Egypt, and remember Moses, he given Moses the law, and Moses went and teaching people. And Moses was telling people, this is the covenant the Lord making with you. And you hear the people making the declaration, all that the Lord said, we will do. They even echo that sentiment with Joshua and all the righteous men before, professing to keep the covenant, right? With the second covenant.
If I can say, I'm going to cut you off, right? Even in Deuteronomy 27 to the end, they say, curse be all day that follow not these words to do it. And the people said, what? Amen. The agreed thing.
The agreed thing, right? In this new covenant, what is coming is not here. And we have to be delivered from this state.
Yeah.
So how is it possible to be in the new covenant when we still in slavery? Everyone is not calling on the name of the Lord. Everyone don't know the name of the Lord.
Matter of fact, everybody don't know the Lord. So
can't.
if they don't know the Lord, they can't know nothing else that comes with the Lord.
How can they call upon him? who they are not with?
You can't. That is what it is, isn't it? You can't call upon the Lord if you don't know the Lord. You understand? First and foremost, you have to know the Lord first before you know anything else. And they don't even know that.
They just like them Rastafarians and them. You know what I talk about, it's the last year I came back in the
thing,
you know, but we should just talk about nobody don't come into the second time to deliver.
And that next thing,
That's all.
that way no mention it. That way no mention is the next thing too that is Israel people. They coming back at the Lord. Because they believe the Lord come back when he not as a Howard Shy, when he see you come back again, they believe he come back already now.
But all the time it's 11 man versus 11. Those say when you're gonna come a second time I said God away.
The remnant, yeah?
So when you read in Ezekiel, okay, Ezekiel 36
Nah, not yet.
alright, go ahead.
That was in the 1940, yeah.
Because it's a reason why I want to go down in 36. So I can hold it. I'm not holding it, guys. That's the first thing I wanted to bring out. That is spirit.
What the date is? 1940.
1948.
With the Jews and the
The declaration of
Yeah.
the declaration of this.
Let's call them the 48,000.
Yeah, the 48
48,
But it may seem like a contradiction to person based when we talk about that the scripture says the Lord coming a second time. When we teach, Yahushua was on the earth as Adam, it was Isaac, it was Melchizedek, it was Solomon. That is something like the second time. What they don't understand, when I talk about the second time, the first time he came as himself, he came as Yahushua, right? He didn't come to set up a kingdom on earth, but he came as himself.
Yeah, he came as
And
the
the
word.
second time he's coming back as Yahushua glorified.
The conquering lion.
But the man see him coming back.
Right? That's what it means
So I will not
coming
meet
a
thee as
second
one
You
man.
time.
will not meet there as a man anymore.
Yeah.
I
meet you as
will
a
not
man.
precept man. I will not meet you on your level. I will
Yeah.
stay on my level.
2.0.
Yeah.
And we go see who go. We go see who go meet who first.
Or
Right? Not coming back.
they took the flesh before. This time I come back, see, follow me do it again.
Correct.
You understand?
And my eyes,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
second most powerful being in the universe.
They PS in two directions.
They did that.
They not no element of PS
Yeah.
directions.
And everybody make it clear for you. Know?
Put him vinegar in your mouth and shit.
Yeah. For the tones, you know. And the man make it clear for you. Revelation 1 verse 7.
Just as that father would protect his son. You know, and he take the vengeance, the Lord gonna do that too.
I will say vengeance, isn't it?
The Lord gonna take vengeance because he's gonna avenge the blood of his saints.
Even
All
back
the
then he
innocent
said
blood
that.
that was shed. And basically when you really check it out, hey, as scripture say Numbers 34, reading down. The only way how the land gonna be cleansed is by the blood of him that shed it.
God.
He shall shed blood, the blood must be shed. It have to.
That is where the revelation go back
And
to.
I
He that led into captivity must go into captivity. And he that killed by the sword must be killed by the sword.
So another-
That is eye for eye, like the same law.
They will
Just
not-
worded different.
And that is righteous judgment.
Can.
The Lord ain't wicked. The Lord is righteous in everything he does.
Unjust balance is abomination with the Lord.
Where with a man sinned by the same he shall be punished.
Revelation 1 verse 7 say, all eyes shall see him, even them that pierce him, right?
Good.
Lord make him clear for you that them men that pierce him, you hold them in mind. No, that could go
you
even
see
deeper
that
as it could be.
come
That could even go deeper as it could be, because how the men that pierce him go and see him.
See,
So all you IUIs remember that way. All you want to see Esau live, all you want to see Esau save,
Yeah.
all you want to see he make it to the kingdom.
But something I see this morning too with Nathan talking about Esau and that they're not hating on Esau no more. You see that? You see it? You see that? You see it? I'll send you the video. The elder from it's Holy Defenders of the Bible or something like that. The elder from there. He do a video on that. It's not a, it's a fresh video though, like he was talking about that. They're not thinking about Esau no more.
Like I say, if there's actually any sincere men in that group, by now, then might be done taking.
No, it will have. The thing about this, it will have.
Yeah, it
but
will,
its time will come, just like anything else.
Men selling also money.
Yeah,
All if
men
she
go to
need
see it now,
money,
men go see it.
party, right? All if she need never went to the party.
He end up like now we want to reach that far because we want to say things like you know the whole thing now, you know.
If I look at that, when he was touching on pertaining to Yahushua, he didn't forget what he did. He hold them in mind. Don't any man who put the thorn in his head, fear in his side, right? Now, how does it make sense that the Lord coming to render his vengeance upon those that pierced him, but he prayed, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do?
I thought he was about mercy and about not holding people, not holding grudges and them kind of thing.
That Father forgive them for they know not what they do.
Yeah.
They translated that wrong, because when you look at everything that they did pertaining to getting him up on that cross, it was unrighteousness. They literally broke the laws that they claimed he was breaking. They had unrighteous witness people who couldn't get the story straight. All of them saying, yes, I heard him blaspheme, and these are the charges they brought against him.
I was gonna say.
The thing, so why would he be praying when in the law says when a man do these things, the manner in which he was hoping to bring about the end of that person by fabricating that lie, he's supposed to die like that. So why would Yahushua, knowing that, say, Father, forgive them for they know not what they do? It's sung in.
Matter of fact, Father, forgive them for what they do because the judgment going to come upon them.
All right.
You understand?
I think ultimately all Israel going and be forgiven.
True.
But they had to pay some. They had to pay for that. They had to pay for the action.
Yep.
They had to pay for the action.
You had to pay for what? Hey.
And they were not saying you're going to bring every work into judgment.
Judgment,
Whether
God.
it be good
Good.
or evil.
Mm-hmm.
Every work going to be bring forth.
Yeah. Finish. What do you hear? Sing and then start with
Then, it
Don't
says,
feel as don't feel like going to escape because scripture says none shall go unpunished
Yeah,
until they
yeah,
bring
can't.
So the
a lot
charge
of
will come
people.
up on the entire earth.
Yeah, can.
A lot of people in his mindset, especially these old ageable people and them that they do all the wickedness through their life. And the die people and feel that is a big. No, work like
Coming down in them old days, they're going and feel it. Die when they go and suffer the most. I remember and die when your body already in a state where you can't really take much strain. You understand? Because you're not young and vital, you're healing quick, and that when you just go through the most pain. And imagine you getting all your judgment when you can't even walk properly. You understand? You can't recover good from it. That is the worst, you know.
he was saying from verse 10 now, for this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, said the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. And I wonder if everybody noticed he started off saying, new covenant you will make with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. But in verse 10, he said, this is the covenant he would make with the house of Israel. After those days, I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts.
Alright, so you see you can put your laws into your mind, right? Write them in your heart, right? I'll tell you something. This is how, I'm not sure how serious it is, eh? This is why you said go back over every breakdown. Or go back over it. You know why? Because you forget. If something written in your mind, you don't forget. You don't forget. Instead of go over this thing, because here, why? Because we here, this is nothing in the covenant. So he said go over, he said, so the time you break down something and you might slip your mind, oh, I might say this wrong here. but just die because you're in your flesh.
Yeah.
Right?
Even the Lord had to tell him multiple times.
Yeah. Even the Lord had tell it, the Lord tell him how much times.
Yeah.
You know, how much time? There are certain things written more than once. Even though it said the 2 or 3 repetition is the best form of learning. Right? But the reason we go to repetition is because we hear. And not written in our hearts, not in our mind. So they continue to go over it. They continue. You know, that I say, sometimes you're going through a script, you might forget, you can slip your mind, you go through that little whatever it may be, and they might come back to it, yeah, this is where, this is, you know, thing. Right? Because why? You're not in that new covenant, you remember, and they say, it's written in the hearts. But when that new covenant, you don't know everything. You don't know everything.
Straight on the womb.
Straight out. Straight, all the breakdown. All the breakdown. You know the breakdown.
You know what the apostles know.
Yeah. You know?
Straight out the
Go ahead.
I will put my laws in their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people.
Right, and that goes into the promises and so forth, right? But also let's bring back something in. See, the thing will be written in your heart, right? Your mind. Fuck all they need the covenant and all they need know certain breakdowns.
Men don't even know when the full moon is.
They don't even know when the full, yeah. Hey, that's not serious. When you think about it, they didn't even know what the full moon is. They didn't see that? You didn't see the big thing with the full moon? They didn't even know what the full moon is like. But them telling people the new moon is the full moon.
Is the full moon, yeah, that one?
And they don't even know what the full moon is. That sound like it's written in your heart? Matter of fact, okay, you go a little deeper. You see, it could be written in all Israel, right? All Israel, you see, you go in, right? Okay. So why are we not teaching the same thing as all?
You see, all of my people shall be
You
righteous.
see, all of
in
your
that
people
day.
are. Okay. Tell me why. We need new covenant, so tell me why.
We ain't singing the same song.
We ain't singing the same song. Oh.
Men beat off right now.
Song different.
Men of beat. Men around Esau so much they lost the rhythm. You understand? They lost the rhythm, they can't, you know, they can't sound no more, they can't do it, they don't take no more. First they around Esau so long, they lost it. The flavor gone. The time has been bust. That's not serious, when you think about it. You mean laughing about it, it's a serious thing. So that was the Lord say you find joy in it. You know, you find joy in what you have to do for the Lord. That is why you always have to be, it's just a happy thing going into the scriptures. You understand? Because what we're doing right now is perfecting ourselves for what is to come. How do you understand that? Right? So try to get yourself right. You know things going to be better in the kingdom for sure. Everything going to be better in the kingdom. It's the things you can't even comprehend. Yeah, you can. You know? You can't even comprehend what it is in the kingdom. But you gain yourself proper here. Not with all it. Or in the kingdom and all not even right. And the people around all not even right. All the start of whole classes, as the brother said before, all they even know is the full moon. All they do even know is the full moon, but teaching the Sabbath. That is the new covenant all in. But as I said before, the new covenant all in is on an Esau.
Correct, the subject to Esau ordinances.
Yeah.
Just in Colossians 2 and verse, start at verse 20. He said, wherefore, if he be dead with Hamashiach from the rudiments of the world, why as though living in the world are he subject to ordinances? He said, touch not, taste not, handle not, which all are to perish with the using after the commandments and doctrines of men.
We'll take part.
And that script, that should be a heavy script there, because that script right there. That script right there. And then men are just, you know, think about it when they watch the lesson and so forth, they can literally see these men as being bypassing certain scriptures because it applies to them. And the congregation,
Or if they break something down, they're going to be peace. And they don't really hold it.
Yeah, like who's the man walk up to them? They walk up to one of their thing and went into the mark, and the man couldn't even break down the mark. The IOC man was couldn't even break down the mark. The man said, so break down the word. Okay, so the man, you want to skip it? You want to think? He said, that not where fringes are. Where fringes? They go there like there is a defense here, there is a defense mechanism now. Where fringe is it? Man say I don't talk about that. So they along those lines are just regurgitating it back here for them. But I say I'm not talking about that. We talking about this. See, you can't talk to me if you don't be fringe. That's good.
One of the elders was doing a lesson pertaining to how made men, those with the position honoring him, and one of the men made the boast that Nathaniel is the only man to break down the whole of the book of Revelation. And emphatically said no one has ever done that before.
Two lives.
That's what they said, yes.
Two
The fact Apostle Taha did that lesson on that.
Two lives.
Where the guy literally boasts and have it on the phone. First is a lesson that I like, I kept it on my phone.
But something that it take years. Years, this even before even thing. It take years before IYC could have proper Revelation 13 breakdown. Because they didn't want to do it. And I ain't even talking about the whole of them. I just talking about 16. Just going into the mark alone, it take them years. Years before they could afford that breakdown. Right? And so you're talking about how I sure if you type in Revelation breakdowns, you're not even going to see all of that on the page on YouTube. You might have to pay for that. You understand? You might have to pay for that. And you can imagine how they was to break down some of that as well. So.
I said join my Patreon, you're gonna see.
Because they didn't have that time. It was them or some other campus coming out. It was Revelation. I want to think about it. 6 or one of them was talking about the nukes, right? It was talking about the bomb, but I wasn't talking about World War III. They was talking about the first war, right? And the second. And they use that they use for now. And when we went into it, it wasn't talking about World War III. And I can't remember if it was them or some other camp. So that is just to show that how they were trying to, what they would, the kind of breakdowns they would give them. You know? Imagine how they break down Revelation 20. Then that was beheaded, right? And then they don't have a skip. When you go back down, you go back to the Byzantine Empire, right? And then it skip back again to come back to the future, right? Imagine how they must break down that. Or Revelation 22. Imagine how. And you try to talk about being a Libra and thing, must see one of them breakdowns. I wouldn't even doubt it. You know? So nonetheless.
Verse 11. And they shall not teach every man his neighbor.
No, you were.
And every man his brother, saying, know the Lord Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, for all shall know me, from the least to the greatest.
So literally, that is what we now explain. All shall know the Lord. Why you still if you're in the new covenant, why you still teaching?
Your job done.
And this is one of the main scriptures you have to use when they come in to touch about the new covenant. Hebrews 8. If it go there.
We need new covenant. Why men still using calling upon Amabomori and Regiment 2 in the garbage?
It's yeah.
We ain't singing that because we're coming in the covenant. We're going to be teaching, we're going to be out here. The tell our man is Basham Yoshai. We're going to know it. We're going to be in these new bodies.
Men going to say,
Men still in the flesh. Men still in the flesh. We still serving among the heathen. The Lord ain't got over here. And scripture say.
To add to what you're saying there, that go back to what you said before. Why everybody not breaking it down like how they're breaking it down? Let's say when they be with the teacher man and more and so forth, right? I also say every man shall know the Lord. So as the brother saying, right? No, everybody know the Lord. You know? Together. No, you.
You would say, we're still in this confused state, corruption, right? Corruption ain't passing. Esau still exists. The wicked still in rule.
If the Lord mentioned we're supposed to get a new body, right? And this is the body again.
He lied.
Yeah, if this is a new body,
He lied on that contract.
you know? Hey, nah, but these men evil, but this is truly like for the past week, you know. I didn't touch on any topics because I was touching upon other stuff. I just say, you know what, when I come on to the works, I'll touch upon the new covenant, but going through the week, the men, they started to do other things. And I was like, what else would they come with? What else would they try to say that would be off? I expect one of these camps to come out to say, hey, what's going on? Judah is weak. Benjamin is Chinese. Ephraim, it's Persia. I expect him man to break down the sign like that just now. You try to fit in all the nations in the 12 tribes, you know? You try to, you know, that's how they look at. Expecting that, the way our men going, you know? And any idea, I go back to what I said before, is I've showed the point on.
Basically, the community already doing that because if they can say salvation is for all, right? To repent and believe, to be saved. Basically, they say they part of all of them, you know, in that spiritual. And how they do with Jehovah's Witnesses, like they say, we all spiritual.
Israel. Yep.
What happened is that?
All of a sudden, you know what's getting me? All of a sudden, there is no about being spiritual. When it comes to choosing who's Israel, all of a sudden it turns spiritual. Nothing else spiritual to all, you know. But that one particular thing, all of a sudden, all is high class spiritual people.
They why they say Paul writing in contradiction and all kind of thing. You know, it's that they don't understand it.
It's hard to be understood, innit? See, you written up things that are hard to be understood, yeah.
Lord come to redeem them who are under the law. Show you about it way. When you look up kings, man or kings, next to king, show you bloodline, blood relations of the same bloodline of the same lineage. Right? So you kind of like knowing that's spirituality. So a lot of people say that all the Israelites die out in Moses' time, you know. If we witness them the same. And all of you are spiritual Israel.
So where they get a record from? So right. in Kings wasn't after the book of Kings wasn't after Exodus. So yeah.
So who was in captivity in Israel at that?
Even when you're reading I think in Ecclesiastes 4, probably that verse talk about there's no end of a people. Right? A generation don't die out, they live on through what? Children. Wow. So basically with them saying that the Israelites didn't have sex, they didn't make no children. And their children made children. All of them died out really well then.
When the Lord come back, right, and he say I came to my own, and my own received me not. He went to the Jews first, and then he said with the Gentile, which is the dispersed. So but when he was in Judea, he was talking to the spiritual Jews. How to be? He's talking spiritual Jews and them.
You often hear Christians disagreeing with Paul. When Paul say, I suffer woman not to teach, usurp authority, or things really long here. Paul causing real contention because just this week here, I did a live on it last night, where a guy was saying Paul is responsible for all the confusion we have in the churches. This is why we have over 3,000 different denominations because of Paul. The man said, right? But they go chastise Paul on that end, but they run to Paul pertaining as he's the apostle unto the Gentiles. Make up all your mind.
Yes, either you want him or you don't want him.
Either you want him or you don't want him. You say any writings is not canon, his epistles is not really scripture, but that aspect pertaining to Paul, or they run to, not understanding Gentile is not a nationality, it's a behavior, it's a mindset, a belief system, right? Based on what you believe, right? But Peter was the apostle to the circumcision, which were the Jews still keeping the laws. Paul was the apostle to the uncircumcision, which were also Jews who were Hellenized. Whether they knew they were Israelites or not, they both were not keeping the laws. He was sent to them because we know the northern kingdom was quite on the bulk of them was quite on the other side of the world.
And you saw some in the midst?
No, you had some. What I mean, I said the bulk of the northern tribe was over there. Right? On that new side of the world. So then who was Paul the Gentiles? Who was Israelites? So this
I also say, based on what you just say, remember also, Paul was also ordained to that. Why? Because he was learned. Remember, he could speak different languages.
Yeah,
so when he went there, he could be able to actually teach them in their own language.
True, can.
Dancing all field.
They become all things so
man, wait till they read. Somebody ways Paul was lying as well too. But you know that?
Is that what I say?
No, but you know that?
Oh yeah, I'm ready to precept.
But you know that?
I know some of Paul's right.
Okay, man. Let's bring on this section. This is that's from the topic itself. This might get them a little low.
Shake out their brain, didn't you?
Like guy.
Oh, then you see, all the liar.
And they can bring.
The man says so, he was out.
When you use it, where they can bring your tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, ma'am. One hour leg quick. Okay, ma'am. I wanted to bring this one, but I'll skip this one. Come on, 2 Corinthians 12 verse 16. 2 Corinthians 12 and 6. 16.
It says, but be it so, I did not burden you, nevertheless, being crafty.
So Paul was what?
Caught you with
You see, men don't even understand how men was moving back then.
But we're not crafty necessarily mean like a lie.
Yeah, don't be a lie,
Somebody
but,
who doesn't
because
know
it's how he was catching people. You understand? How he was bringing people to the fold. So being crafty. And what is the next piece?
this 17.
No, that's the last piece in 16.
I caught you with guile.
But what?
Guile.
He called them with what?
Guile.
Alright, look at me with guy.
It means craftiness.
It means what?
Crafty, to be crafty.
To be what? Yeah, guy next word for me.
Deceptive.
Guile.
Guile.
Cunning.
You say what?
Cunning.
Mm-hmm.
Artful. Deception.
The what?
Deceptive.
The what?
Deception. Deceptive. Deceit.
So see, you're catching them by gun?
Can.
No. I just wanted to bring that. Wipe him out here. I just wanted to bring that to show they don't understand what Paul was doing. That is why the things that Paul write, they're lost in.
Why is that? What that serpent? A serpent to a crafty creature.
That's the reason why you say why. That is why sometimes you deal on an everyday basis. Brothers might do certain things that they'll be wise with. Simple. That alone, if you go to Maranatha for Christian, they're lost. You mean Paul was using craftiness?
Yeah, he was. Another example based on what you said, too, when Paul appeared before, I think it's Festus, when he declared, almost this day make me a believer, basically, when you're roughly paraphrasing. And Paul responded, not just only you, but the whole all. Sorry, I can't remember which part if I know it's in Acts, where Paul was using craftiness when he was dealing with Festus and them. We know they were not Israelites, but Israelites brought Paul before these men to pass judgment on him. And Paul was appealing to them by calling them most honorable. And let me realize craftiness is subtlety. You know? When thou art anyway with the adversary, agree with him quickly.
I my man with Abraham. It's Abraham. It's Sarah. When he went back to the king and the king went king. And you say, hey, tell him my sister. You know?
I did it like twice though.
Taking us a plan time.
Yeah.
Taking us a plan time.
So to get our message across, Paul use whatever means necessary. Because in this should we all encounter someone, we have to kind of use craftiness to deal with them, to show them a point.
You can deal with them straightforward.
Yeah, dealing with them straightforward now. Yeah, you have to go down that road with them.
That's why sometimes you see brothers on different ways they might teach. Different ways they might deal with that situation. You understand? That's just how it could be. But nonetheless, it's very easy. You finished with the Hebrews, right?
No, we didn't read the last one.
Alright, bring the last one.
It says, for I will be merciful to their unrighteousness, and their sins and their iniquities will I remember no more. In that he said, in new covenant, he had made the first old. Now that which decayed and waxed old is ready to vanish away.
Yeah, because
he said ready to vanish away. He didn't say vanish away.
But even still, in the new covenant, it would have traces and elements of the old because the law would still be there. Certain things would still be there, but why? Well, it would be on better promises. You understand? Not like you had a sacrifice, and you know you transgress and bullocks and you know is it 2.0 version?
Also, I told me to say as the brother rightly mentioned just now, and he said that in the coming time it will pass, it will
It waxed old,
Right.
it's ready to vanish away.
It's ready to vanish away. So
It
these
vanish
men,
away.
these men, right, it didn't vanish away. But these men, they want to beat over Yahusha and be like, yeah, well that the old is gone.
But
The old
when
is
did
gone,
it
it
start?
vanished away.
According to their logic. And when did it come? Could they answer that? Have anyone answered that? If they say we need new covenant, when did it start for us entering the new covenant and the new covenant?
Which
I would
day
like
did
an
happen?
answer to
Yeah,
that,
which day it
yeah.
happened?
They
I would
might,
like
they,
answer.
they might start in the coming week here. Because you see how they're touching upon certain things. You might see this
I'll
talk
be
about
looking for
the,
that.
I don't know that belly, but
now they'll do it, they'll do it,
No, that
they'll do it.
happened.
Because you have Betty to come on and say that's how we need new covenant, so they'll do it. They get more outright, you know?
You might bring it in for the new year.
Yeah. Yeah. You know,
So cold, eh?
you know they don't bang when snow sort of fall. So you know they are time. But nonetheless, that's also me for we go into that to these things, right? As for years, people have been saying Paul was off. And the first time we hear that, yeah, from many people. It have this ISPUK say Paul was he off. I think it's Hassan and say Paul off, or whoever may be again. And Sakari they said, right? No, all they just lost in the words were Paul, right? Just can't understand it. You know? Can't understand. That's why Apostle Gabriel is always mentioned in the read, make sure you envision what it is you're reading. Just read it. I just run through some different topics. The other day, just revise it. And just revising alone, it's one or two of the stuff I was reading. I said, just picture I always picture myself in it because I heard from Apostle at the back first. It's the first person I ever heard from.
yeah.
And it's a picture and you get to understand why this man do this. So you're like, yeah, pay yourself in this situation now. Yeah, I do that, you know. I might not do that too. They don't do that. Just read it as is. And again, they don't want the spirit of Yahushua. So they will be lost in all the things. So Paul doctrine, Paul writings and so forth, it become too deep for them. You know? Become too deep. Just like what you say about Peter. You know? Hey, Paul is number one. I don't understand how Paul become a number one enemy to men.
Paul's a liar. Paul's you say Paul's you're talking about? Should seem a liar.
Yeah, no.
Oh, Timothy, sorry.
Timothy the girl.
Timothy,
Yeah,
she
about
thinks
Timothy's a liar. Timothy tell the woman how to be. The girl tell me Timothy's a liar. Right. Yeah.
What's it in the scripture?
I said, yeah.
Remember funny enough, it's the finance based Israelites
Yeah.
who have a problem with Paul.
That's sticking in her brain.
Yeah.
See, when I
Nah, I don't forget that thanks to the man.
yeah, when you see girl.
Craftiness. Israelite Paul. Right.
Ezekiel 26 and verse 24. He said, for I will take...
That's all. So like, I need to stop it. I know we're going here. But even that's why some men can even understand why Peter do certain things. Right? And now if I was there, I would not do that. No, you don't know. You don't know what you would have done that time. You know? Peter was here. Yahushua also was Peter and tell him, hey. Get from behind me by Satan, my own right? You know? What? Imagine how it was back then if Yahushua had told Peter. The scriptures mention that things written that they leave out. You know? That they didn't publish. So imagine how much more things they could have put, how much more accounts. You understand? There's many dealing with. That is it, no? It's just many dealing with. That's why this Romans 8, it say, men unto what? Vanity. Obviously, certain things we would do with this sometimes be alone.
You slip.
You see?
One slip.
Not saying what Paul and them, because the writings of Paul was there for a reason. You know? You always choose not to believe in what you're reading because it goes against what it is of the teacher. Right?
The desires.
Yeah. And that's the main thing. I am shocked that's not the ball. I from these guys, you don't expect anything. In the coming time, they go say Peter was wrong too. They must not say that. You understand? I don't know why Peter leave you. I don't know why Peter leave his job for. You know? Why Matthew and them stuck fish for? You know what that be like that? You go here all kind of things just now.
They abandon their family.
Yeah, that's you telling me the men abandon the family.
Because the man's supposed to provide for his family.
You know there's don't talk about we're not supposed to follow man. We're not supposed to follow that's one of the things, we're not supposed to follow man. So imagine if you was in the day of your house and you come. What did I do? I don't follow man.
And if I can say, based on what you just say, right? Like how it is, like, how them is well-based men.
Financial base.
Paul had a nice job in it.
Very,
Yes.
very.
Paul money, Paul dust was dusting, you understand?
Paul
If-
consider that
so
was
if-
consider-
So if them
Yeah,
was
they
Paul,
start here,
if them was Paul, them wasn't leaving the walk. You understand? Them men was going to try to live the best of both worlds. Just like what they try, that's what they're going to do it now.
It's Paul was the one when he showed up, man was bummy.
Yeah, because he was a tax collector. He was a very aggressive man
Yeah.
too. You can play with him.
Right? That's it. You cannot serve man and power.
Certainly not the Lord and Mammon.
You cannot take up the laws from man. When you look at Moses,
Yeah.
Moses had it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was
He
a
had
prince.
wealth, he had
That's already a
everything, and we
prince.
do. Rather than suffer 70 people, but
Yeah. Yep.
and like what that.
And let go that.
He didn't juggle it. They say, well, I have balance here, I'm going to juggle it. No.
Let's let go.
I will try and use the money to help.
Yeah.
I will try and use it to help.
Let me go to Pharaoh, make a covenant with him quick.
Yeah. You can't serve two masters.
Yeah, let me set that go fund me. You know, if it was me back then, it'd be like, alright, I need a camel to go here all there. Put all the money together.
Say leave all you
Yeah.
have. I say what? No booster club?
Yeah, no booster club. And that's the thing, you know. That's the thing, these men, they just sort of, all say, be a follower of me. Say me a follower of your shine. What I mean? What I mean? We go leave it there, but all the men might read it and say, now, follow. What is it?
Genesis 36 and 24. Therefore I will take you from among the heathen and gather you out of all countries and will bring you into your own land.
When I hear that, you know what I'm going to say? That gather you from the heathens, like the spiritual Israelites, we're in the middle of the heathens, you know, who was become new creatures now. So now the spiritual Israelites, he's going to take them, you know.
I just saying how long they cut people because I telling you. Because, yeah, what I telling you? It say take you out from amongst heathen. What that happened? What time in history did that happen? We need new covenant, they say, right? They say we need new covenant. When did that happen? Yeah.
I show and we ain't going to go free. Nobody eat nothing. We ain't going to buy stuff. We men that go and buy stuff down here.
Why you going to them to the one for the want of all things? Yeah. Why you not some mass producer, you know, and you self-sustainable, and why none of that happening?
We pay the light bill, 24 bill. We pay that too.
Yeah, you really had a wonder based on its net worth, the organization net worth of $150 million, and he worth $7 million. When that transition is made to the digital currency and to be able to access the fund, you have to get this device. Now he has a dilemma here and a dilemma there, so to speak. Are you going to show the world on a whole as well as your followers that hey, taking this what you're supposed to do?
He going and walk away because he had much possession. That he going Lord will.
It's 47 yeah. And we talk about it.
Yeah.
Men are
Yeah.
provide for me all kind of
Talking about Mashiach Day when
Just one big glutton.
Yeah, boy.
Just one big glutton.
These men looking like they'll set up the congregation to take each
But
to see about everything.
you believe the first time, the first time I do a video on that guy, I see the same thing. I say, this man is a man that's going to make people take that chip. Because if he literally telling you can eat pork, cooking eat pork and so forth, obviously he's going to take that chip.
On your hour shy day.
On your side, because he turned the Christmas into your side.
All
He had a power. He had a power.
He's David.
He's kicked David, you know. But he had the power of your house. Go ahead.
They say the Lord said unto my Lord. So
Yeah.
even David knew that
That
he not equal.
He not equal to your
You
house.
understand?
Right?
Yeah. Get to the 6 and 25.
Mm-hmm.
He said, then will I sprinkle clean water upon you, and he shall be clean from all your filthiness,
Mm-hmm.
and from all your idols will I cleanse you.
Wow, the Spirit bear witness that them men ain't clean. I don't know what to sprinkle on them, man.
Well, they're still calling upon an idol.
Nah, but I feel there must be some kind of sweet soap, boy. Some kind of thing. You take in much nitrate and take in much soap, boy.
A blue soap,
It's not clean water.
You say, a new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you. And I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you a heart of flesh.
And if I can say that new spirit they're talking about is like a renewed spirit, you understand? It's not a different as in they go and change your nationality, you understand? We going and be different. Okay, you could come the spirit of your heart go back to your mind. We're going and be completely different how we used to be. We're not going to have this fleshly mindset. Everything going and be different. We're going to be completely new.
Many in the flesh and many in having renewed the spirit in the mind. Yeah.
He even say something to them. They say stony flesh. Laws. Right? What was written in stone? And then he say you give you what? A heart of what? That is what? It's coming. You wouldn't need that no more.
You know, put no thing on your door, no,
You wouldn't need that.
to remember.
So, give me this right here.
Ecclesiasticus 17:16. Every man from his youth is given to evil.
So, Surah 17:16. So, okay. See, every man from a youth is given to what?
To evil.
To evil. So how we the new kingdom, the new covenant, and we born evil. A child gonna come with the womb, being that way. Oh, when it literally we could go to the scripture and show that hey, now man coming back through your loins in the kingdom. He coming back what?
He coming out of something fresh, so he coming out fresh too. You understand?
Right.
It says, neither could they make to themselves fleshly hearts with stony.
So they can't make the fleshly heart with stone. Right, go ahead.
For in the division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people, but Israel is the Lord's portion.
Israel is the Lord's portion. Right? So, I just want to say something. So you say every man from birthright?
From his youth is given to evil.
So we in program yet to not sin. That going coming in new covenant.
And you remember also had an ex girl from GMS who did the show the comparison. Before you used to be talking, you know, there's no man ever sin, and you even bring it out. And then in the future you call it a man. So have you ever seen me sin?
Yeah, that he gets a lot.
Yeah.
When you was talking about when Pharaoh was talking about the spirit and water, we know water is one of the cleansing agents. But look at the surface we're standing on. If I was to take a bucket of water and throw it here, would the surface be clean? No. So what would clean the surface? You have to put that water to pressure, apply pressure like passing through, you know, like the power washer there. Then and you use that and you pass that here, you would see how it's like the whole tile come alive. So a lot of men, they get wet with the water, you know. It's how they know there's Israelites and you know they might know little breakdowns like Deuteronomy 28 and things. But they didn't receive that pressure washing.
Basically, so you washing on the water by
Yeah,
the word.
by
That
the
word
word.
has put that pressure on you.
Right, put that pressure. This is why when you look at the word, it compared to water, not just ordinary water. You know, it can be pressurized water, whatever it is. And it also see aspect of the word compared to as fire. And fire, as much as you can take fire and clean here too, you know. But you may encounter a part where you're passing the fire normal and then cleaning it. What you go do? You go temper the fire to a point where that fire going to cut out that imperfection there and you just replace it. So this fire now, cutting out and removing totally the imperfections in our character. The old man here tried in the fire. So they don't understand that concept. Fire is powerful, yes, water is powerful. But there's an aspect of fire and water that when you temper it, that's the best word I could use, it gives it a whole different power, so to speak, that they can realize, hey, water really is a powerful force in it. Fire is really a powerful force. When you look at metal,
I still put water through a kind of pressure thing and cutting steel.
They cutting steel, yeah. More also has something because it's even mentioning what you mentioned the filthiness, right? You think about it is this, the filthiness still here.
Yeah.
So we think that I say that I bring on the Ecclesiastes 74 because we're not programmed yet to not sin, right? Because we're not in the new kingdom, the new covenant. Sorry, I can't kingdom come together next topic. But yeah, something.
You know, because he that is filthy, like be filthy still.
Yeah, so Isaiah 66. In Isaiah 66, 21. Yeah, something.
No, I'm going to remember.
Okay,
It's like a plus one. That's the one. I'll do it on at least
66.
21. Contra the Spirit, because he jumps up into the Spirit.
Go ahead.
Okay, there's Isaiah chapter 66 and verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
You say, and I will also take of them priests for the Levites, said Yahweh.
We did wrong.
66 verse 21.
Yeah, Isaiah.
And I will also take of them for priests and for Levites.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
No, you did read it wrong.
I read it
You
wrong?
did read it wrong.
So that, yeah, so that.
And if I could say, you see, they say kings and priests. They didn't say queens and priestesses. You know, folks who say that Timothy's a liar.
God.
So I'll read it over. Right?
Yeah.
Say, and I will also take of them for priests and for Levites, said the Lord. For as the new heavens and the new earth, which I will make, shall remain before me, said Yahweh, so shall your seed and your name remain. Continue. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another.
Nah, that is it. That is it. So let me just get the scripture here. Right. So yeah, so 20. Okay. Say I will also take of them for priests and for Levites, said the Lord. For as the new heavens and the new earth which I will make shall remain before me. And when did that happen? You see, that is the thing. When nobody knew heavens and new earth, when did it happen?
I never seen New Jerusalem come down, but from now, all these guys I live in.
Right? When? Right? When did it happen? Because these men stating that we in the new covenant, it had things that happen before, things that happen in, right? Where did these things happen?
Every scripture talk about you know, such as these heathen from enemies and sin ones. And they will pay tribute to why they still paying tax to the enemies.
Yeah.
If you need new covenant,
Every new
they
covenant.
pay tax.
They're supposed to build up the walls by right now. I can use a house in that.
Give me Jeremiah 31.
Tax
I can use a house.
Jeremiah 31. And that we were saying before. Just imagine you need new covenant and you have to pay tax to your enemy. This is your new covenant.
You're still going to him for the ones of all things. Where that curse stop like?
Everything contaminated, water, food, the air, your clothes, you know, your clothes, because they're breaking the law right now. Because they're wearing mixed material, right? Or they're shaving on the head, ras, or the beard cut, wherever it may be, or they're committing idolatry, right? All these things, all they're doing.
No
That all the new covenant?
own nothing.
So then all the new covenant based upon what? Wickedness then? Well,
There are no Jake that fully own nothing.
come.
No Jake. Any Jake that owns something, it have either might have own it.
And or they have to go try it.
Yeah.
In actuality, we really don't own anything.
And yeah,
Think about it, we just hit the nail on it. We don't own
We're
anything.
not sovereign.
But
Who
who
get
own
it?
nothing?
Who get
We
it?
happy.
Can-
Right? Yeah.
Who get the fatness at the end?
Who do you give us?
It wasn't we. I could tell you that.
Because even if a Jake owns something, he still have to pay tax on it.
Man, enrolling pass our law this week. Every single business had to go and register underneath. You're selling doubles, you have to go. You're cleaning the road, you have to go. You have to go and register your business. If not, you pay 10,000. That is in your covenant.
300 every day.
300 every day or something like that until they pay. Until they register the business. Yeah.
I know the peace here over Hashem, I said this, you will be at peace.
We see Proverbs that say that by talk about on the video oppressor, the people mourn,
Yeah, 29.
29.
Oh, it's 29. Yeah, so when
Yeah, bring that. Can you mention it? That. Yeah.
Everyone crying.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. And they understanding regardless of who they put the prophecy and to be fulfilled.
Yeah,
They're going to do the same
but
thing.
I used to show you that, but in New Covenant we gonna have a king.
Yeah.
Right? One. Main one, matter of fact. Right? But that is when the New Covenant we are outside. Why we still again if this is my body I want to see
David.
With David.
With David.
With David.
With the 12 apostles.
The scripture talk about Jeremiah say what?
Yeah.
We go be the Lord battle axe.
Yeah.
Man, I ain't fight nobody yet.
I think you gotta go across in Israel, see if you find
Yeah.
if you see the 12 gates way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, of Atta.
Yeah, what about that?
Well, of Atta is one of the major prophecies.
Matter
that
of
are
fact,
fulfilled. Well, of Atta.
matter of fact, all the chariots and playing out before my eyes.
Yeah, boy.
And Kevin go across
You
in
get that?
Jerusalem now and say,
Yeah.
well, you know, well, I as a Benjamite, so and you are a Judah, you gotta treat me as you treat the strangers as yourself.
They gonna watch you and say, use a what? Use a what?
Proverbs 29 and 2. Say when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
So, when the righteous and authority, the people will rejoice, right? Right now, I know, damn well, the people in rejoicing, I can tell you that. Every single nation right now, not rejoicing, I can tell you that. There's protests, there's uproars, there's this, there's that, there's thing, you know, wherever it may be. Damn well know the righteous are in authority. Go ahead.
You see, when the righteous are in when the righteous in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked there do, the people mourn.
But the people what?
Mourn.
And that is what the people doing. So this is your new covenant? With the wicked ruling? No, you're right. Because you wicked no fuck. So you're correct.
Hey, even the followers and all too.
Yeah?
But just come out in Sirach.
Mm-hmm. You get it?
Yeah.
Yeah, get it now.
I think it's Sirach 10. So
All the
Okay,
judges
now,
so it's people that
Yeah.
one. Are they talking
This is
about?
Sirach 10. Wrong first.
Yeah, first second going down there. So I'm saying.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 10.
Ten.
Alright, go ahead now. You have it?
For 1 and 2?
Yeah, go ahead now.
It says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. And we have verse 2, it says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is. Such are all they that dwell therein.
So I officers. All of them in the sea.
And
Just
they-
like that.
And there's a reason why when it says the king was off in Israel, majority of the people, not all, but majority of the people would have been off because that was the spirit they was always in. It's really the king who was keeping them in track.
When the scripture talk about when he had off the tail going on.
I can read
When he had sick, the whole body sick.
Yeah, good.
It says, Sirach chapter 10 and verse 3, an unwise king destroy his people.
I can't.
But through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited.
Straight to the point. You understand? Straight to the point. Yeah?
Proverbs 11 and 10. When it goeth well with the righteous, the city rejoiceth. And when the wicked perish, there is shouting.
And they will say, when will he die? When this man will not dead by, you gonna rejoice?
What's the right
Hey, if the animal is gonna rejoice.
Yeah, no, Book of
You
Joel.
gonna be at peace.
Book of Joel.
When the wicked perish, when the wicked gone.
Yeah. Yeah, even the land will show that the wicked go. What's the right say, right? It's 25. Says it's a righteous thing to see enemy fall, right? To see enemy. You mean, right?
But Thessalonians say it's a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble thee.
Yeah.
So teach these niggas.
And that is just basically to show you that all these things we call in here, right, is to show you that it didn't happen yet. So where did it happen if all in the new covenant? Because again, everything that written have to happen. What are the scriptures that happen? Whether you like it or not, it have to happen. So tell me where. That's the same way when so we're not debating a Christian now, right? When you're debating a Christian, the Christian tell them, well, Esau is not the white man is not Esau. And Esau done away with, right? Or let's go to the book of Obadiah. Just run to the book of Obadiah. That ain't happened yet. That ain't happened yet. Right? So where did it happen in all the new covenant?
In Job, they say, where and who is he? So if that is not him, then who is?
They say the Arabs.
Yeah, some people, but they stop saying no. They slow down on that one. Yeah.
So the Arabs, you would give into the hands of the Arabs? Serious? The Arabs have so much money?
They have, but not the power that they have over Esau. Because remember that they get a blessing. They receive a blessing from since the thing.
12.
You understand? Yes.
12 princes.
Yes.
Yeah, that didn't have it nice.
So right. So they get something, but not that there is not Esau. And that is what they get mixed up with. They forget that Ishmael? He get blessings, right?
Unto him,
Right.
12 princes shall come
Right.
after them.
And
The mighty royalty line
see, there's
is on their
get mixed
side.
up with that. There's get mixed up with that and things. But nonetheless, they just don't want to make the white man seem like the enemy. You understand? That's just basically it.
Yes, I mean, they covered fields with violence like this. So the mastermind in that.
Yeah.
And even if when you watch the history, Esau was they were part of the play to think the Arabs to go and cover fields. I piece of history as well, but nonetheless. Right.
Like I said, no, when you look at the Arabs, but when it is that the Medio Persians was reigning, they wasn't changing land after their own names and shit.
Nah.
You understand? That was mostly the time of the Greeks and the Romans. You
It's
understand?
again. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
what is said shall be shown. They could try to change the doctrine. Again, as I was saying, the people who say that is just literally they just don't want to make the white man be the enemy. You understand? You know?
What's your name, boy?
Yeah.
My name is Kunta, sir.
The Lord already made it plain unto the wise. You know?
Carry.
Right? Because you'll be reading the scriptures, where the scriptures say, and you will actually see the attributes and the so-called white man, they do not be reading exactly what he's saying. So these nations do it. This particular people do it. You actually reading about that in the scriptures.
Can you think about
So
it?
who you pay in that picture?
Yeah. Anything about it? They talk about this man being so powerful that he deceived the other nations as well. Who do that?
In all nations, we find that.
Who do that, mate?
Everybody has gone to the Arabs. The big apple is way across the Middle East. You understand? No.
Let me go back into this.
Jeremiah 31 and 31. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was an husband unto them, saith Yahweh, a husband unto them.
And I mean, the scripture to bring out to prove that the Lord is the husband to Israel, right? But
They call him the bridegroom.
It says, but this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith Yahweh, I will put my law in the inward parts, and write it in their hearts, and I will be their power, and they shall be my people. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, Know Yahweh, for they shall all know me.
they shall what?
They
So
shall
that basically
all know
going
me.
now to what? Again, go back to the Hebrews. That is to show you, and when did that happen? We still outside the teaching, as you can see.
If you can see, in
Right?
terms of the old and the new, when it is they said it first, and then they repeat it again, you realize they never make any changes there. They never add in, you know, like the Lord changed. So in the new one, he never added nobody else in it. It was more or less the same thing he said, almost word for word. You understand?
So why Christians, when you look at Christianity, our people have somehow been convinced to believe that in order to inherit that kingdom, you have to be able to love someone who the Lord hates.
Because they were taught that they are not Israel. So they so caught up, they so do believe that they are of Israel, that they have to believe in their mind that they are the Gentiles. So whatever teaching of the Gentile concept comes along, they have to accept it, because that would mean that there's nothing for them. You understand? If salvation is for the Jews, the only way, if you don't believe you are one, if you don't believe Israel, the only other way is that you have to believe you salvation is Gentile, and I can still get through that way. You know, you had to find some way to creep in. You understand?
Go ahead.
It says, for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, say Jehovah, for I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more.
When did that happen? How did the least of us know the Lord? The great of us know the Lord? No?
No, no, I don't remember he coming back to repay every man the work, right? I remember he said no more.
I can't. You understand? So that's true. Wait, just I'll bring the scripture and we go. Bring this one out. Right, this is Revelation chapter 19. Start from verse 1. Matter of fact, somebody read it.
If you really believe that the New Testament come, delete all your Sabbath classes.
Yeah.
You go up on YouTube and delete all your Sabbath classes because you shouldn't be, they're not necessary. Go and do something else. When Sabbath come, do something else.
So people be praying and asking for forgiveness.
Can't.
Right?
Right, you.
We even pray and ask
No,
for
you
that.
can't.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to repent.
Stop teach.
Stop teach. You understand? But
This is Revelations 19 and verse 1.
read up to 8.
Right. And after these things, I heard a great voice of much people in heaven saying, Hallelujah! Salvation and glory and honor and power unto Yahweh our power. For true and righteous are his judgments, for he had judged the great whore, which did corrupt the earth with her fornication, and had avenged the blood of his servants at her hand.
When did that happen? When? The great war still here today. America still standing as I can see, the power still there. When?
Them men drunk with that wine. Right now, they gone mad.
Yeah.
Them men gone mad right now.
When?
And again they said hallelujah, and her smoke rose
I
up.
believe hallelujah is power. I think it's in Hebrew, it's power. Something I don't know.
And her smoke rose up forever and ever.
Mm-hmm.
And the 24 elders and 4 beasts fell down and worshipped power that sat on the throne, so like you're saying amen. Or you say the hallelujah?
I think it's power wala.
Power, well, yeah.
Yeah.
And a voice came out of the throne, saying, Praise our power, all ye his servants, and ye that fear him, both small and great. And I heard as it were the voice of a great multitude, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of mighty thundering, saying, how is it like that?
See, this read it.
Hallelujah, for Yahweh power omnipotent reigneth.
Yeah. And that's the thing, you say Lord God omnipotent reigneth, right?
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead.
Let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife had made herself ready.
So if you men to realize, right, is that they say his wife, the wife will be ready. That's talking about who? That's talking about yeah, right? Now a man is prepared, a wife is prepared herself a year, right? To prove that, give me Esther. Give me Esther 2 verse 12.
2 verse 12?
Yeah. This is how woman needs to prepare
Say
herself.
Esther 2 verse 12, right?
Mm-hmm.
It say, and now when every maid's turn was come to go in to the king Ahasuerus, right? After that she had been 12 months, according to the manner of the women, they say, for so were the days of their purification.
The what?
Their purification.
So this I don't need to bring a scripture just to show you how a woman would have prepared, right? To serve for the king, right? It's the same way now. We prepare ourselves. We prepare ourselves for who? You understand? We prepare ourselves for our king. Right? We trying to get ourselves right for our king. Right? Go ahead.
Yeah. Say purification of the purification accomplished. It say to wit 6 months with oil and myrrh. So of myrrh, so like it's oil of myrrh, and 6 months with sweet odors.
Yeah.
It say
So 6 months there, 6 months there, right?
it say and with other things for the purifying of the woman.
So that just means just to show how it's like how a woman would have prepare herself for a husband, right? Same way today. Same way you no read or you should no mention. It say let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife had made herself ready. And you don't know, the elect is making herself ready for the Lamb. Right? So brother.
Verse 8.
Yeah.
And to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white. For the fine linen is the righteousness of saints.
When?
Fine linen and purple.
When did that happen? When did that happen? Because no mention, we wouldn't be teaching, we wouldn't think the laws were written in our hearts, so forth and so on, right? When did that happen? That is when we will be perfect. Right now, as we bring on the service, we're born wicked. You understand?
It also said that they would reign with Mashiach.
Yeah.
So Mashiach would be here and the elect would be reigning with him. Why? We don't know evidence of that.
Alright, and we'll close up with that. Right? So first and foremost, and I give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rekakodah. The Siddha Man, Apostle, and Elders of Greenbooks, and Uber, teachers of Apostle in truth. I will say salutations for the acclamacy, pushing on to society, day in and day out in the constantly, in season and season, and risking a life on a daily basis to push us without. We say, Shalom.
Shalom.